Here we go. Thanks for watching this video to help you with winning our 7 or 11 game. So we're trying to figure out right now what the probability is at winning our 7 or 11 game. What's the probability of winning our 7 or 11 game? Well, if you roll a 7, that's going to be 6 out of 36 because there's a 3 and a 3. No, there's a 3 and a 4, 4 and a 3, 5 and a 2, 2 and a 5, and 1 and a 6, 6 and a 1. So there are 6 ways, right? There are 6 ways to get a 7. So sum 2 dice together and equal a 7. 1 and a 6, 6 and a 1, 2 and a 5, 5 and a 2, 2 and a 5, 5 and a 2. Order does matter. And then what's the other way? 3 and a 4, 4 and a 3. Nice. So there are 6 total ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 ways out of 36 total ways. That's the probability part. Out of the total makes it a probability. So this is just counting. 6 ways is just counting all the ways, but you have to divide that by the total ways. Divide that by the total. Okay, what about summing to 11? Because 7 you win or 11 you win. 7 or 11 instant win. So getting an 11 is a 5 and a 6 or a 6 and a 5. So there's only 2 ways there. So you add those together. 6 plus 2. So 6 out of 36 plus 2 out of 36 is an 8 out of 36. Nice. But then what about the re-rolling stage? You got to add all the ways to win in the re-rolling stage. So when are we in the re-rolling stage? So when you get a 4, a 5, a 6, an 8, a 9, or a 10, you're in the re-rolling stage, and you have to get that number again, and then 7 becomes bad, right? Our 7 or 11 game. 7 or 11 game, 7 becomes bad when you're in the re-rolling stage, and so you could still lose. You could win, but you could still lose. So if you roll 4, you have to get a 4 again before a 7. What's the probability of getting a 4? Well, how many ways are there to get a 4? Well, there's a 2 and a 2, a 1 and a 3, a 3 and a 1. Nice. So there's 3 ways out of 36 total ways to get a 4. So sum the 2 dice together and get a 4. Times, getting a 4 is success, so getting that 4 one more time, divided by all the ways, right? The total ways you could win or lose in the re-rolling stage, right? So now we're counting not just 36 ways, but now we're counting all the ways to win and lose in the re-rolling stage. Well, to win in the re-rolling stage, remember this is our total. Our total ways goes up here, total ways. So to win in the re-rolling stage, you get a 4 again. So 4 to win. And the probability of getting that 4, summing 2 dice and getting a 4, is 3 out of 36. So 3 out of 36, or, remember what or means? Or means to add them. So 3 out of 36, or losing. And how could you lose in the re-roll stage? Well, the only way you could lose is if you get a 7. Right? If you sum 2 dice together and you get a 7, and the only way in getting a 7, there's 6 ways out of 36. So there it is right there, right? 3 out of 36 times 3 out of 36 divided by 3 out of 36 plus 6 out of 36. And that's the probability of winning. That's the probability of getting a 4 and then getting a 4 again to win before you get a 7. So let's do the math and simplify that. So that's 3 out of 36. If I sound muffled, I'm still wearing a mask. Sorry about that. I guess I could take it off. No one's in here. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, so 3 out of 36. And then times 3 out of 36 divided by 6 plus 3 is 9 out of 36. Nice, nice. So now we'll go ahead and reduce that sucker, right? So if we times by 36 and times by 36 over 1, that'll cancel our 36s. Then we're left with what? 3 out of 36 still. Times what's left when the 36s are gone? Well, just 3 over 9. So 3 over 9, which becomes 9 over, I think it was 324, I believe. Yep. And then that can reduce. Well, what is 9 divided by 324 reduced to? Use our calculator. So I think it's just 1 over 36, but let's double check. So, oops, that's supposed to be a 9, isn't it? Yeah, it's supposed to be a 9 there. And so then we go to math fraction, math frac. Yep, 1 out of 36. So we're going to go ahead and divide by 9. And so that gives us 1 out of 36. So that's the probability of getting a 4 and getting a 4 again before a 7. But guess what? That's the same probability of getting a 10 and getting a 10 before a 7. So both of them. Are done. You're going to add those together. So let me show you the next one, which is getting a 5 or a 9. And then you just have to do the 6 or 8 and add them all up. So let's try this again. And I did write it out here in case you didn't understand what I just said there. So what I just said there was, since getting a 10 is the same as rolling a 4, right? It's 3 out of 36. There's 3 ways to get a 10, just like there's 3 ways to get a 4. Then we can also say that with 2 6-sided dice, rolling a sum of 10, and rolling a sum of 10, getting a 10 again before a 7 is also 1 out of 36. Because they basically match up, right, on the chart. They match up on the chart. Another 2 different ones that match up on the chart is our 9s. There's 4 ways to get a 9. And our 5s. There's 4 ways to get a 5. So if you do one, you actually did the other. So that kind of makes this even a shorter assignment. Nice. To try to figure this all out. Ooh. Does that give us different thicknesses? Cool. Okay, there we go. Let's go even thinner. Okay, so what am I getting in 5? Well, it's a 2 plus a 3 plus a 2, a 4 plus a 1, and a 1 plus a 4. So there are indeed 4 ways to get a 5. Out of how many? Probability now? Probability of getting a 5? Rolling some dice to getting a 5? So out of 36. Times. There is, again, getting a 5 again, right? Divided by getting that 5, but then there is a chance you could also get a 7. And getting a 7 is 6 out of 36. And so our probability of getting 5 goes on top, divided by the probability of getting a 5, plus, there's a chance of getting a 7. And so the total goes in the bottom, remember? And that's all the ways of the probability of getting a 5 divided by getting a 5 or a 7, because those are all the total ways that you can play the game, goes in the bottom. And then we're just going to go ahead and simplify that now. So 4 out of 36 times 4 out of 36 divided by, and then 6 plus 4 is 10 out of 36. Then if you remember from the problem before, if you multiply by 36 over 1, multiply, because anything over itself is just a 1. So I can multiply the top and bottom by 1 over 1. And then I can turn it into a 36 over 1, because those just go away. 1 over 1 is just 1, it goes away. So that we can do that. That's legal in math, in statistics. So now that'll cancel our 36s to make it easier. And now we have 4 over 36 times 4 over 10 is what's left there. So what's that? 16 over 360? Nice. And I think that can reduce, right? That can reduce. If you divide by 2, that gives us 8 over 180. Divide by 2 again, that gives us 4 over 90. Divide by 2 again, gives us 2 over 45. 2 over 45. Let's double check that. So 16 divided by 360. And then math fraction. Turn that into a fraction. Yep, 2 out of 45. So now that's going to be the probability of getting a 5 before a 7 is 2 out of 45. And the probability of getting a 9 before a 7 is also 2 out of 45. Look at that, you're almost done. Just have to do one last one, and I'll let you do that on your own. That's getting a 6 and getting a 6 before a 7. And you can just double that, getting an 8 and 8 before a 7, kind of same thing there. Awesome possum there. So then, beautiful. Let's see here, looking good. Okay, so far, so you're going to figure out this one, and then you're going to add it. So getting a 7 or 11 again was what? It was 6 out of 36 plus getting an 11 was 2 out of 36 plus getting a 4 and getting a 10 before the 7 was 1 out of 36, 1 out of 36. Then we just worked out getting a 5 and getting a 5 before a 7 and getting a 9 and getting a 9 before a 7. And that was 2 out of 45 plus 2 out of 45. So you are almost done. You're just going to be getting a 6 and getting an 8, right? And then getting it again before the 7. And so you find out what those two are and add it on here. And then we'll get a grand total answer. And you'll plug that into Canvas. Plug that into Canvas, total answer. So just wanted to help you a lot there on that assignment. You're almost done. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. You got this. Work it out now. Work it out. Work it out. Work it out. Work it out. You got this. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Woo! Go Statistics.